What is up, everybody? Welcome to Talk Wrestling here on the Jeff Meacham Network and the Multiverse of Media, NoDQ.com, Castleton Studios, the Greg Cherry brand, Simple Man brand, and the J-Hero95 Studios. Welcome, and of course, we're on the Twitter over at _ Jeff Meacham and NoDQDOTCOM. Hello, everybody. Again, welcome into the flagship show of the Jeff Meacham Network, the NoDQ original Talk Wrestling post NXT, of course, as we are every single Tuesday night. JJ's here in the chat room, as he do. Hello, JJ. Good to see you. Daniel says, I'm glad I'm watching this live stream of Talk Wrestling. I'm glad you're watching too, Daniel. And Mean Boy 96 for Life says, ooh. So there you go. We are ready to go tonight. So A lot of stuff going on over on the channel this week. I'm going to go ahead and I realized as I was watching that wonderful trailer. Yes, Kirk, I'm on the air. I'm on the air, Mom. No. It's silly to me after all this time that they don't know I'm on the air at 7 o'clock every single Tuesday. Anyway. Yes. So a lot of cool stuff going on, as we talked about during Stat Boy Sports Bar, as we talked about on Open Mic Night, and all of the shows we've been up to lately. Let me just, hello, hello, Ken. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me go ahead and take that really quick here. I'm trying to get these graphics loaded in, so I am just ready to go and doing the thing, and we can move forward with our night. Let's see. Need that one. And again, if you missed Monday Night Raw last night, got a good rating, so good for WWE on that front that they're getting the ratings points, but also had a lot of fun covering the show last night. We did a 6-hour block, God help us, because we covered the East Coast feed as we have been doing, and we also covered the West Coast feed. JJ and I were covering that show, calling that action as best I could with my voice. It sounds a little bit better today. Been doing little vocal exercises, just trying to keep the voice in shape, because Lord knows when we're doing these shows, I got to make sure that's what I'm looking for. Got to make sure I stay ever ready, because like a battery, right? Yeah, everybody's a battery brand. Am I wrong on that front? Am I thinking incorrectly there? I don't know. It's okay. It doesn't matter, because I think I got all the graphics I wanted now. So we're going to go ahead and put the phone down and pay attention to the people. Mama Meacham is definitely more over than Ethan Carter III, Derek Bateman, without a doubt, Psycho. Not even a question on that front. She is over like Rover, and we love Mom. So thank you, Mom. We had delivery come from Wally World today. Have I seen the latest Scream trailer? I have not. I actually have not been keeping up with the Scream trailer, and I feel bad because I know what do you call it? I know that it was announced almost right away when Scream 5 did so well that there would be another one. I'm curious how it's going to turn out. I'll check out the trailers. Since you mentioned it, Daniel, I will check out the trailers. No, there will always be Jeff Meacham rants. Don't worry about that. Just because I've earned my ears and I'm an official cast member now, and I will be going to the celebration on Friday as we kick off the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company at Disneyland. Anyway, it's gonna be a cool week. Yes, it is a sequel to the one that just came out this last year. That was a theatrical release and then went to Paramount Plus, which I thought definitely made up for Scream 4. Some people like the fourth one. Was not a fan of 4. I like the people in it, just not a fan of the story. But the fifth one, the one that was just Scream, like Halloween 2018 was just Halloween. I enjoyed it. So hopefully they do well with this one too. Psycho says, do you feel if The Rock wins the Royal Rumble on Saturday, especially if he throws out Cody Rhodes, he'll get booed back in 2015 when he raised Roman's arm? I think if The Rock does anything but get up in Roman's business without interfering with Cody's business, definitely he will get booed out of the building. I firmly believe that'll be a thing. Ray says, what do I think about the pay-per-view of New Japan versus Noah? I'm okay with it. I haven't heard too much about it. That'd be more of a Noah and James query. But I will say that I mentioned this, I think it was on Open Mic Night, so forgive me. I may have mentioned it earlier. Open Mic Night and Raw kind of blurred together along with me going to work Sunday night in between. So that was kind of what it was. Excuse me one second. I need to move because we've got tangled cords, and that's going to be ugly if something falls. And I'm not going to be responsible for the noise that it makes or the scream I give if shit breaks in here, because I can't afford to replace stuff right now. Just can't do it. Okay, let me get the shot there. There we go. Hi, guys. Okay, so again, looking forward to any interactions between the brands, between the companies is always fun to watch. And with Muda, retiring, Kijimuto retiring, Be cool to see. Yes, Ken. I definitely I don't try to discourage anybody from watching a movie just because I didn't like it personally. You save yourself time. But since Scream 4 so long ago, you can pick it up. I'm sure it's on a streaming service somewhere. For if you already subscribe, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about paying an extra fee or whatever the hell. Muhammad says happy Tuesday on a Tuesday, Jeff. Hope you are doing well and same everybody likes it. We agree with that. We're doing very well, much better than I was the last time you saw me live in this setting by myself. So good to Good to be here. Jeff, Meacham, the water looks like a giant mic. Maybe that's me. What water bottle? Is there a water bottle in the shot? Oh, you mean the graphic. Okay, so it's actually that's a tumbler that you see there. It's a hot drink tumbler, like a travel mug. I got that. And actually, that's photoshopped because the one I have in the shot is actually red. It just looked really bad with the contrast of the shot. That's why it looks like that. A little early, but who do I think is going to win the Owen tournament? Again, it's very early because we don't even know we don't even know if there's going to be another Owen. I mean, they said they were going to make an annual thing, but we haven't heard beyond last year's results. I think with Adam Cole being back on TV now, and Britt always being present, probably talk about it when it gets closer to the date they have set. But I don't know how I feel about Adam and Britt winning, because I feel a tournament like that, again, while you have to respect the input of Martha Hart, I assume, on that. I don't know for sure. But I would think that'd be more for an up-and-coming talent to kind of get eyes on them. Adam Cole's got more than enough eyes on him. And he even did last year going into the tournament, so I don't know if that was necessarily the right booking decision, but I definitely think that Adam Cole's always good. It's supposed to be an annual thing, Ken, so we'll see. And same with Britt. People will get up my ass about, praising Britt Baker and how much of a squasher of people she is. I love Britt. I always have, always will. She's cool. I love her. I love the whole thing. So I would say that if they do hold another tournament, which I think they should, by the way, that it should be more of a talent we don't necessarily get a whole lot of TV time for on both tournaments, men and women, and really get them out there into the consciousness. JJ says, as we commented last night during Raw, that Judgment Day versus Usos was for the Raw tag titles, and the tournament on SmackDown is for the SmackDown tag titles. Has WWE realized the error of their ways, and are they working to split those and potentially Roman's two straps up? You would hope so, Jay. Again, there's been this movement, and again, rumor innuendo is what it is. We don't try very hard not to delve into that, especially on my shows. Again, we're on NoDQ, so we are going to deal with the news and the postings of Big Dave and everybody else on occasion. But if you believe the news reports, Comcast, NBC, Universal are not happy with not having a permanent world champion on their show. The main event of the show last night was for the U.S. Championship, not the world champion defending his title on the anniversary of Monday Night Raw. I thought that was very telling. He was in the opening segment. He was in a very, very heavily featured segment, but he didn't wrestle last night. The world champion did not wrestle last night. Matter of fact, we didn't see the world champion or his faction beyond segment 2 when the Usos retained the tag titles. So I would be pissed off if I was NBC. Wow, I just went through puberty. Cool. Went through. I'd be pissed off too if I was NBC, Comcast, Universal, whatever the hell the company's called. I don't work for them. I work for the mouse. So I really don't care. I'd be upset if I was them as well, because they're not getting their world champion on the regular. They're getting the world champion's family, the bloodline, but they're not getting Roman. So I think they would want to split the titles up. See, Greg says, me ask this in predictions on Thursday too. But if I could give top 5 NXT entrants in the Rumble, who would I have to showcase in the Rumble, male and female? And he points out the names: Braun Breaker, Cameron Grimes, Carmelo Hayes, Jordan Jordan Devlin and Grayson Waller, excuse me. I agree with those without a doubt. Let's see. Pop it up. Saul Ruka would be a great woman. Tiffany Stratton, I feel, would be better served in there if she has the approach of doesn't want to get her pretty little hands dirty and beat up and all that. So it'd be an interesting dynamic. Saul, I would put Tiffany in there. I would definitely put either Gigi or JC in there, or both. And just for fun, Roxy, because I always like watching Roxy. There you go. Indy Hartwell also. There you go. Starks and Nikita and Cora. There you go. No, I don't mean Lacey Evans at all, actually. I don't know who you're referring to. Forgive me. Where I go here. Muhammad says, based off Raw's 30th anniversary that happened last night, why didn't the Bellas, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Edge, the Hardys, Mick Foley, or CM Punk, or Kevin Nash appear? I can't be. Okay, so I'm going to run it down real quick. Bells were booked. Well, the Bells were advertised. They flew into the area, the Northeast. They went to a play in New York instead, and allegedly it's over the treatment of Mercedes Moné. I forget which one was quoted on social media, but they spoke out about it. Whatever. John is, I believe John's filming something. Don't quote me. Don't remember the conversation. Forgive me. Orton is hurt. Career ending, possibly hurt. And still recovering. I'm sure he doesn't want to be on television looking beat up and possibly in a retiree mode. Batista comes back whenever. Dave is Dave. Edge are probably saving for Saturday, would be my guess, if he's cleared to go. Hardy's, again, Matt Hardy's under contract to AEW. Jeff Hardy is not in good grace with the WWE right now. Mick Foley, I believe Mick was not approached, so he didn't go. And CM Punk doesn't want to be on WWE television. Kevin Nash is going through a lot of things right now, personally and professionally. He was in the gym, he's back in the gym doing his thing, but he's had a tumultuous last year. He lost his best friend, and then he lost his son on his best friend's birthday. So it's Kevin's kind of doing his thing. Do I think they will have any Forbidden Door entry? I mean, you got to believe Mickie James and Nick Aldis are always in discussion. I want to see them both. Brandon says, "Who day? The Bengals are a blue blood of the NFL now," and the pun is hit right. I love it. They're going to lose to the Chiefs, though. It's going to be a thing. Kansas City's going to win that game. I hate it, but it is. JJ says, "I know Undertaker versus Demi Demento was the main event on the first Raw. Was the title defended on that show?" No, actually, Brett was on that show, but he did not defend it. I don't think the Intercontinental title was defended. It was Shawn Michaels defending it against Max Moon. So again, you have the top secondary title defended on the premiere of Raw, but not the World Championship. And again, 30 years ago, a little bit different. They were really dipping their toes in the live sands, if you will, JJ. So they really didn't have the formula down of, big things for big premieres, I guess. Mohammed says, I forgot to mention too, no Carmella. So I mentioned Carmella last night during Raw that she might not be ready to go for the Rumble. I was told she is cleared. They're keeping her as a surprise, I'm sure. And again, Chris Jericho, Jericho mentioned a lot, but he's under contract to AEW, guys. You gotta remember that. He's still under contract to the other company. Do I think if Bray Wyatt had better matches during the Fiend era, people wouldn't be so hard on him? Yes, I do. The guy can wrestle, but bad booking made people give up on him. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Gigi Dolan needs to go to the main roster. Yes. Without a doubt. Gigi and JC both. Okay. This is the second time I've heard an obnoxious noise outside when I'm trying to live stream it. But it's happening during open mic night or the Rumble or whatever it was, and now it's happening now. I'm going to find out what that noise is. It's driving me crazy. Iron Men and Women in the Rumble. We're going to talk about that Saturday during the pre-show. We're going to give our. If I don't appear on a prediction show before Saturday, I'll be talking in depth about the entire Rumble process coming up on Saturday, Greg. So stay tuned for that, my friend. Okay, while we have a little bit of lull in the question delivery, if you will. I mentioned this last night. You see the pin here. This is what the pin looks like. It basically means I am now an official past probation at the company cast member. I am now officially part of the Magic, right and proper. So I'm very happy that I got to that point. So I just wanted to get a little brag on myself. Do that very often. At least I try not to do it very often. I know people think I'm a blowhard and very much full of my own shit, but I am very proud of the choice I made to apply for the company. I'm proud of the choices I'm making in dietary and exercise and pretty much every facet of my life is getting better. So I appreciate that. You guys can still forgive me for a second. Just awful. Sorry. The cough is the Christmas gift that keeps on giving. Psycho says the annoying noise is Damien Demento watching, which I see. Right? No shit. Yeah, there you go. Appreciate that. Jaco says hello. Hi, good to see you. JJ says, I have a feeling Talk Stretch is going to get the call up post Mania stand deliver. I would agree with that. I'd love it if that was a thing. Dietary is tough, and Mike, thank you, appreciate that. When will we expect to see Dana and Aaliyah and Serena back in WWE television, and what is their status? You can see Dana every week. She's in the background on television. Serena is, I think, gone from AEW. I think her contract was allowed to lapse or expire or whatever. And Aaliyah is injured. Nothing wrong with the match. There you go. Vince McMahon, number 30. King Mike called it last night. He's calling it now. It's interesting. So let me see where are we at. The Rock will fight Saturday night, Man Royal Rumble match. I mean, maybe. We'll see, Jaco. We shall see. All right, so tonight is Talk Wrestling. So tomorrow, let me first give JJ the plug here. I'll go ahead and get into plug. And again, this is, I do this while we're waiting for more questions, comments to come in. So feel free to keep loading the questions in. I am not wrapping up by any means. I'm just getting the plugs in while I can. JJ did his review of Rock of Ages. It was supposed to go up yesterday. It is up now. Just exhaustion gets you, man. It is what it is. Tomorrow, a Little Shop of Horrors review from Renegades Reviews and from JJ. Friday, Moulin Rouge, one of my favorite movies ever. And new release Saturday, as I've mentioned during Stopway Sports Bar, and we mentioned on Raw last night, is Guillermo del Toro's chance to redeem himself in the eyes of the Casa Disney Studios because he botched it up with Wolfman. He has a chance with Pinocchio. So we will see how Mr. Del Toro does on the movie-making side of things. Chris says, hey, Jeff, do you think Roman's going to go against Sammy at Mania after last night's segment? I think Roman and Sammy will be a thing before the end of first quarter, whether it's at the Elimination Chamber, whether it's at WrestleMania, whether it's a blow-off on a big Raw moment. We will see that before the end of Q1 2023, which is March 31st. Psycho says number 29 is The Rock, number 30, Stone Cold, the final four, The Rock, Stone Cold, Cody, and Sammy. I'm here for it. Hell with it. Why not? Austin may be in it, but I don't think he's going to win it, if we're being real. I don't think they need to do that. Seeing as how I'm going to be at Man in the Bank in London, what would be your 6 guys in the matches of today? Too hard to predict, but please, Greg, feel free to call in. We'll put the link out there for you. Give us a little insight to the O2. I've never seen the inside of the O2 live as it's happening. So please feel free to call in, if you will, during our watch along, and we'll get you on the tube as best we can. Okay, I did JJ's plug. So tomorrow on the Greg Cherry brand and the Jeff Meacham Network, Greg and our friend Matty Laws will be doing the 2023 numbers drawing for the Royal Rumble matches. And yes, I was supposed to be part of this. Unfortunately for the Greg Cherry brand fans, not unfortunately for me, I got an appointment with an eye doctor I've been looking to get in to see for months now. He specializes in my particular affliction I suffer because of the eye damage being related to my traumatic brain injury. So say prayers, keep the prayers up for good old JM that we get these eyes permanently adjusted properly. Let's see. So that was tomorrow. Oh, I didn't put the plug up, so I'll go ahead and see if I can do this while I'm talking. Thursday, over on the Greg Cherry brand side of things, he did it. I don't know when he actually announced it, but he will be bringing back this month's episode of WTC Jack of All Trades, which is his awesome game show style presentation mixed in with a little trivia. So definitely check that out over on the Greg Cherry brand side of things. As far as Money in the Bank, JJ says, I think LA Knight will be in there. LA Knight should win the damn thing after last night, man. And how cool is it for us, JJ, you and I, to be calling that? We talked about it on the air. LA Knight, Sean Ricker, of course, Eli Drake, whatever you want to call him, the last client of Percy Pringle III, a.k.a. Paul Bearer, interacting with Percy's most prolific, high-profile client, The Undertaker. So cool. So happy for Sean. Would I rather watch High School Musical or an hour marathon of Damien Demento matches? High School Musical, hands down. Not even a blip of a hesitation on that response. God, is Demento bad. He's just the shit. And his attitude sucks. All right, so we plugged that. It's a Thursday. So Friday, I got the plugs in for Jay. We got comments here. He will definitely. LA Knight will get his time. I will not be going to Battle in the Valley. Unfortunately, I asked for time off 10 days after Battle of the Valley to start my birthday celebration on the idea I was going to San Francisco to watch AEW. So not going to Battle of the Valley, but next time New Japan gets close enough for me to get a proxy, I'll be there. I will do everything I can. I'm going to the Cow Palace because I did promise the promoter, the booking guy, when I was up there 2 summers ago, that if they brought AEW, I told him, you bring AEW in this place, I'll find a way. So if I do go, that's why. It's just money is what it is, man. And depending on where my job is at that point, as far as what department I'm in at the Mouse, I will definitely do everything I can. Just gonna leave this here. And we're just gonna, he's a decent artist, and good for him. Am I going to have a beer bash for my birthday? No, I'll probably have a few shots of Jack Daniels, if anything. It really depends where I am. If I'm in San Francisco at AEW, I'll be having myself a time with the AEW crowd. Hopefully, some of my friends that work for AEW. If I stay local, it's a Wednesday night, so I'll probably be down in Hollywood at the club with my buddy Travis. Getting my birthday shenanigans on. We'll see how things lay out. But either way, I'll be having fun. You only turn 40 once, right? It's crazy. I've been doing this with you guys since I was 19 years old. Here I sit over 20 years later for the podcasting, getting ready to turn 40. My goodness. Of course, Saturday is our Royal Rumble coverage. We're going to be on the air beginning at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. Pre-show coverage, predictions for those that haven't given them yet. Of course, we go live at the Rumble at 5 or 8 Eastern, and we'll follow up as we do every Saturday at 11 o'clock Eastern with open mic night. So that is all coming up in the next few. So stay tuned to the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media because, damn it, we're going to have a good time this quarter. I promise. Thank you, Chris. Happy early birthday. Love it. I dig it. So Kevin Thorne is actually a decent wrestler. It's just he's been settled with gimmicks that weren't applicable in the times he tried to use them. He'd have been with Gangrel in the Attitude Era, over like Rover, but it was too late at that point, that time he actually came up. Why do so many people have so hard on AEW? I don't see a problem with their shows. A lot of the old school fans, Mean Boy, tend to crack on the overabundance of spots. You look at the trios match. I liked it. I know a lot of people on NoDQ didn't like the Spot Fest. I enjoyed the match for what it was. But anyway, just people needing a bitch is basically what it comes down to. Mean Boy. Kevin Thorne was all right, but Ariel was really hot. So Shelly Martinez is one of the most beautiful women I've had the chance to work with in wrestling. People have their opinions of Shelly. I enjoyed working with her when we did on the independent scene. She had the company gone farther than the end of 2011. I think we would have had a good program with her and Winter, Kaylee Burchill, whatever you want to call her, Cat, our buddy Cat. They were going into a program in the beginning of 2012 that really didn't go very far because the company didn't continue. So yeah, there you go. That's what happened there. All right, so that's Saturday. JJ is on the money. Wrestling fans are worse than the wrestling products. I say that all the time. The worst thing to happen to wrestling was wrestling fans because and I'm throwing myself under the same bus, just find ways to crap on what we don't like rather than embrace and enjoy what we do. And that's a societal thing in general. I really believe that. This show was bad because of this, or this, this news thing is this, or this movie was this. How about focus on the good? If you don't like something, turn the son bitch off. I mean, God, I'm getting hoarse again. Excuse me. We tend to fixate on what we don't like and then just deep dive into it. It's plug. Thank you. I just saw this. We do have a show coming up on Friday. It is the moving of dads to Friday for this week, rescheduling due to inability to record prior to now. Our top 10 biggest Rumble surprise entries. That is going to be our dad's episode wrestling-wise for January. Let's see, where we go here. I thought Shelly was a good performer. I saw one female wrestler 2 months ago wrestle live, Jasmine Allure. Jasmine Allure is awesome. She's way underrated. She's great. Which is stronger, your hate for Damien Demento or Big G's love for Ginger? I don't hate Damien Demento. I think he's just a jerk, and fixated far too much on me when Rob and I did an interview. We were talking about the benefits of marijuana. And I think he chose to get the rub off Rob and threw me under that bus. So I don't hate the guy. I just think he's an asshole. But I don't hate him. I don't wish death on him. I just wish he would go away. And he has for years. So if he comes back now and then I brought his ass back up, cool. Whatever works. Good for him. How much longer does Rey Mysterio have left in his career? WrestleMania, when he loses to Dominic. Note that in the ship's log. It's going to be a thing. He will lose his final match to his son. He will take the mask off, and he will ride off into the sunset with whatever is left of his parts of his good knees on both sides. Also, if you don't like watching on TV, just change the channel. Yeah, exactly. You don't like a TV show? Turn on another one. You don't like TV, regular TV? Turn on a streaming thing. You don't like that? Go outside. Get some grass in your feet. Get some fresh air, folks. It's really that simple. And I know I sound like a hypocrite because I don't. I haven't for years. I'm doing it now. And everything about life, I've said this on this show. I've said it on Aaron's channel, JJ's channel for years. Every single thing we do, every single day is about choice. We choose to get out of bed. We choose to go take a shower. We choose to go to work. We choose to send our kids to school. We choose. And everything in life is choice. And if you bullshit about things in life, it's because you've chosen to bitch about that thing in life rather than find something else to do or find a way to improve the shit situation. It's that simple. And yes, Colin, to be fair, right now, even here in Cali, going outside 30-degree weather is kind of a bad idea for your health. So, yeah, I agree, Cleveland. By the way, Colin was very gracious and sent me some snaps of the dinner he's preparing. Those steaks look tremendous, Colin. Again, dude, I admire your culinary abilities, dude. I wish I could get out to Cleveland and visit more often and partake in the awesomeness because, damn it, it looks great every time I see photos and video. So there you go. Mysterio comeback. Masco said like in WCW and brings Conan as a manager. I hope not. Good grief. Either one of them. Daniel says, speaking of Scream 6 earlier, I'll be going to watch opening day. Cool. I probably will too with the kiddo. That'll probably be a thing. Let's see. Any other plugs I forgot? Of course, you can watch today's Stat Boy Sports Bar on demand. over on the Casa Studios channel, as well as somewhere here on my Twitter. It's up there somewhere in the ether. Raw, of course, last night on demand. Check that out, please. Give us a little love on there. Anything you can watch on the Casa, please do. That we can get JJ's hours up. And it's, I know we're trying to promote NoDQ, but do it here, because do it on the Casa, because we definitely want to see that. Of course, I'll be back next week. I'm off Tuesday again next week, so I'll be back live for another Talk Wrestling. So please check all that out. In addition to the Rumble, we at the Multiverse Media will be covering our next coverage of not Noah's NXT, damn it. Will be Vengeance Day coming up on February 4th. And again, that will also be followed by our weekly open mic night. I think that's going to do it for me. I hear my voice getting more and more struggling. But we'll go ahead and answer Muhammad special. Will Becky Lynch still have her rematch with Bayley or not? Bummed that we didn't get a chance to see a steel cage between the two. Match still happening. Yeah, they cut it because of time, because of the DX segment and the Bloodline segment. But there's definitely unfinished business between Becky and Bayley. Maybe we'll get it at Chamber. Maybe we'll get it at WrestleMania. Do I think there will be a Shield reunion? Not as long as Mox is happy and healthy in AEW. I don't think we'll see that. All right, guys. I'm going to call it there. Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow on the Greg Cherry brand for the Greg Cherry Show with Greg and Matty Laws and a lot of guests, from what I've been told by the man behind the brand, with Rumble draws and Aaron's recap of AEW Dynamite, of course, at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific in this time slot. So there you go, guys. Thanks very much. We'll see you tomorrow and throughout the week on NoDQ.com and the Casa and everything else on the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse Media. Have, wait for it, a good night.